All right, let's get right into it. For the longest time, we've all pictured crypto as this purely digital thing, right? Just code, transactions, and assets that live entirely on the internet. But what if that's all about to change? What if crypto's next massive leap isn't just online, but out here in our physical world? That's what we're going to break down today, a concept called DePIN, and it's the bridge connecting crypto to the real-world stuff we use every single day. So to really get what DePIN is all about, you've got to understand the two worlds it's trying to connect. On one hand, you have the digital universe of coins and code, and on the other, well, you've got the very real, very physical world we all live in. And look, the difference is pretty huge, isn't it? The crypto world is totally abstract. It's tokens, smart contracts, all things that exist only as data. But the physical world, that's as real as it gets. We're talking about the actual cell towers that give your phone a signal, the servers holding your data, the power grids that light up your home. For a long, long time, these two have basically ignored each other. But that separation leads to a really interesting question. What if we could actually use the power of the digital world to build and improve the physical world? What would happen if we connected them to create networks that are more efficient, stronger, and, get this, actually owned by the people who use them?
And that, right there, is where DePIN comes in. You can literally think of it as the bridge being built to solve this exact problem. It's using the tools of Web3 to create the physical infrastructure of tomorrow.
So what on earth is DePIN? Well, the acronym stands for Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Networks. The idea itself is actually pretty simple, but it's incredibly powerful. It's a system where blockchain technology and crypto tokens are used to incentivize regular people, you, me, our communities, to build and run real-world infrastructure. So instead of one giant corporation building everything, you have thousands of individuals all contributing a small piece. Okay, so how does it actually work in practice? It's basically a simple, brilliant three-step loop. First, you contribute. You set up some physical hardware, maybe a small wireless antenna, or you share some unused space on your computer. Step 2 is verify. The blockchain network automatically confirms that your hardware is online and actually providing the service it's supposed to. It's super clever. And finally, step 3, you earn. You get paid in crypto tokens for your contribution. It just keeps going, building on itself. Now, if you're thinking this sounds like some small, niche idea, you might want to take a look at the scale we're talking about. The DePIN sector already has a market cap of around $27 billion, with nearly $1.8 billion being traded every single day. So yeah, this isn't just a concept anymore. It's a huge and rapidly growing part of the global economy. And that kind of money doesn't just show up for no reason. It's flowing in because DePIN isn't a theory. It's already happening. It's building the networks of tomorrow right now. Let's look at a few real-world examples that are already taking on some of the biggest industries on the planet. We're going to look at 3 of the heavy hitters. You've got Helium, which is going head-to-head with the big telecoms. Then there's Filecoin, challenging the massive cloud storage industry. And Render, which is basically building a global supercomputer out of spare parts, completely changing the game for high-powered computing. First up, Helium. Its mission is to build a global wireless network. But instead of giant, expensive cell towers built by massive corporations, Helium lets anyone set up a small hotspot in their home or office. These little hotspots provide network coverage for things like IoT devices, and in return, the owners earn crypto tokens. It's a total grassroots movement to build a telecom network from the ground up. Then you have Filecoin, which is honestly like an Airbnb for your computer's data. Think about it. Most of us have tons of empty space on our hard drives just sitting there doing nothing. Filecoin created a marketplace where you can rent out that extra space to people who need storage, and you earn tokens for doing it. This creates a global storage network that's not only way more resilient, but also often way cheaper than the big guys. And you absolutely have to know about Render. High-end graphics processing power, from those beefy GPUs, is incredibly expensive and in super high demand, especially now with AI and Hollywood-level visual effects. Render built a network where anyone with a powerful graphics card can rent out their idle computing time to artists and developers around the world. It completely opens up access to a resource that used to be locked away for big studios only. So, when you look at all these examples, what's the really crucial takeaway here? It's that this marks a fundamental shift in how we think about value in crypto. It's about moving past pure speculation and focusing on real, tangible utility. Let's just break that down for a second. With a lot of speculative crypto projects, value is all about market hype and trading. But with DePIN, value is directly connected to a real-world service. You earn tokens not for just buying and holding, but for actually providing something useful, whether that's wireless coverage, data storage, or raw computing power. And that, right there, is the key to all of this. In a DePIN model, the token isn't the end product. It's just the tool. It's the incentive that gets people excited to build the actual product, which is the physical network that provides a real, valuable service to the world. You know, when you zoom out and think about it, the potential here is just massive. We are looking at a completely new way to build the world around us, one that's powered by communities instead of just a handful of corporations. The benefits are just huge. This model shifts control away from those big centralized companies and puts it back into the hands of the people who actually use the service. It can slash costs by cutting out the middlemen, it creates an open playground for innovation, and because it's decentralized from day one, it builds networks that are way more resilient. There's no single off switch. And really, that's what it all comes down to. DePIN represents this incredible pivot from a crypto world that was focused on speculation to one that is now focused on construction. It's about using these powerful digital tools not just to create digital money, but to build a better, more efficient, and more resilient physical world for all of us. It's not just about speculation anymore, it's about building.